Alright, let's see how we go this time. 3 more levels. I'll do this one. Yeah, let's do this one. Confidant. Remove the last red, if any, then produce the robot. The last one. So it doesn't have to be on the last thing on the tape, but just the last red that is on the tape. Ooh, that's tricky. Because if I see, if I see a red followed by blues, it's like I want to put those blues down, but I'm not thinking of this right. If I let me just see something. Let me do the test. If I suddenly see a blue, then I have to remember all those blues because I might see another red after, or I might not. There's like a not too hard way of doing this, but something about it is just like messing with my head. So let me just think. So once I see a red, I won't put it back on until I'm sure I've seen the end of the tape. If I see a blue, just put it back on. But if I see a red, hold off on putting it down. Maybe like if I see a red, I'll just convert it to like green for now. So you know, I might do this. If I see a red, I'll make it yellow for now. But if it turns out there was another red after it, then I'll have to convert that yellow back to red. But this is what I'm kind of thinking right now, is I convert to yellow, and then actually I think I would have it like maybe pointing like, actually I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But I'll just keep putting the blues back on. But if I see another red, that means this yellow did not represent the last red, and it's not something I need to go through and remove. It would be something I need to go through and put back on. But maybe that's the idea. Maybe it's like temporarily keep it as something so that there's a placeholder there for it, and if we get through and we see a green, that means I just need to go through the tape once again. If you see a yellow, or well, I actually still want that green there to know when I reach the end. But then I'll just go through the tape, and then if you see a red, put it back on. If you see a blue, put it back on. If you see a yellow, trash it. And then if you see the green, we're done. But if we see another red, I want to make, it's kind of funny because I want to make, if I see another red, I think what I want to do is go through the tape until I hit the yellow. Once I hit the yellow, once I hit and then green. Once I hit the green, go through the tape. Well, actually, I need to say go through the tape until I see the yellow. Yeah. I'll just do like Can't I access any of them? I'll just do this for now. And then once I see the yellow, make it a red. And then continue this thing. So actually would kind of want, once I see the yellow, give it back a red and then send it there. Okay, so this is maybe gonna work, but it's not very good at what it does. And then if we see the green here, that's done. And I don't know if any of these other situations can happen. So we'll just, oh wait. Once I reach the end and I see green, I need to put the green back on and then run through into, okay, let's see if that works. Okay. Red, 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 red. It's the end, but then it immediately saw a red, so put a yellow on. Then it saw another red, so it had to, oh, it saw another red, but I didn't put that red on for it, so actually I kind of want one of those things where it's just like this. It leads straight into that, and then yellow leading there, and then like that. No, okay, two reds. Sees a red, gives it a red, sees the green. Oh wait, oh, that just needs to be flipped. Wait, no, what happened there? No, 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 sorry. Not that, just this. Oh, okay. And then see the green, that's the end. So we go through everything until we see yellow, and then we give it back the red. And then we wait till we see a green, but we first see a oh wait, no, so I want it to be like this red leads into there, I think. Like this, maybe? If this works, this is like a pretty bad way to do it. I don't feel, oh, the time was actually pretty good, surprisingly. Wow, not horrible. I mean, some people have done it really, really fast. Yeah, there's a clever thing to this, so I'm gonna think about this a little more. Cause like, this design made sense, but I don't know if it was really that good at what it did. What's funny is I think I can actually, no, never mind. It's like, it's such like it's a simple request, but the last red just needs to be removed, but it's like, I feel like there's so many tricks you can do to make this work, but I can't think of like the really, really clever one. I'm gonna try something where, okay, I definitely need to mark that, but if I see like all reds, or or yeah. If I see all reds, or I just see the yellow. Well, if I just immediately see the yellow, then that's one thing. But if I see all reds, that's another. Actually, that's annoying. Because if I see a yellow here, that either means there was nothing. Oh wait, no, that kind of works. So maybe I could say do this and then have this here. That's victory or that's victory. So this will work, I think, for any amount of reds. How does this? Oh, it goes up to 11. Yeah, but it should also work for blank. Okay, and then it just, now I have to think about blues. So if instead we see a blue, what I need to do is, I mean, it's possible that I saw blue after I saw the last red I was gonna see. Maybe I should like remove the first red I see. No, that doesn't really work, does it? If I see a blue, because I'm thinking like if I see blues and just blues, that's kind of something. So yeah, I wonder if I could be like, remove the first red you see. Something like this. If you see a blue though, just put, what did I say? Just put it back on? Because if I see just reds after that, that would be good. And then if I get to the yellow before I even see any reds, that's also good. That also works for blank. But if I see a red and then a blue, I can keep that that red removed if all I see is blues afterwards, which actually ends up being the same thing as that, but this red, if I see another red afterwards, that's where, oh, I actually didn't want to remove that. Oh wait, so this blue I'd actually need to put back on, so I'd probably actually have it like, let's see, like that or something. So let me just, red, blue, blue. Let me see here. So it has that at the end, and then it sees a red, sees another red, but then it sees a blue. So it's removed that first red from here, and it's like, okay, I saw a blue, so hopefully we just see blues from now on. But because we see a red, I incorrectly removed that red that is kind of represented by the yellow. I guess I could think of it. So I could just say, alright, well, remove this red, make it into a yellow. And then when you get to the yellow, remove that one and start back here maybe. Wait, let me just see something. So now I want to get to that yellow, remove it, replace it with a red, and then continue on until I see the other yellow. Treat it like it's actually, well, wonder if I can do that. No, I still need to know where the end of the tape is, right? That's the tricky thing. Because this works really well for the first part. But then if I see a blue after I've seen a red, this yellow that represents the end of the tape actually now represents a red that needs to be made back into a red. This red is one that I can temporarily remove as long as there's no reds after it. So maybe yellows could now could mean, well, yeah, I guess that makes some sense. Because what I'm thinking is, like, if I remove that red and then I end up seeing, yeah, okay, I guess that works. So if I remove that red and then I end up seeing no more blues, no, sorry, no more reds, then I do want to remove that yellow and then just get to the other yellow, make it a red. But I don't think I can submit it, which sucks. Because it would be like misaligned. So it would do that, and then it gets that one. No, that's not the one that needs to remove. That's the one it should have made. Oh. So yeah, because this is the end of the tape yellow. But I need to, like, it needs to come out in the right order. I can't just, like, have the right amount of reds and blues. Okay. So I definitely want to know where the end of the tape is. So maybe actually, if I see another red here, I'd make it, like, green or something. So that's something different. And then I would... That's now the red I'm looking out for, and I would go through the rest until I see that yellow and make it into a red. And then let's see what happens. What would I do from there? Oh yeah, and then make it into a red. And then, and now it's like I want to go through it all until I get to a green. Or, or maybe I should just say, when I get to the yellow, give it back a yellow and then a red. Back a yellow and then a red. The yellow's to mark the end, and then I just go through like I was going through before, except maybe I want to wait until I see. Okay, maybe I actually want to wait until I see a red and then I give it a yellow. It's like this, and then this could just be blank instead. Because then that would replace the first red we see with a yellow. If we see another... Well, if we see only reds, that'll work out fine. But if we see a blue, then we have to go through the rest and... Yeah, until we see another red. If we don't see another red, then yeah, all we need to do is remove that yellow and we're good. But if we do see another red, this is where I think I should just make, if we do see another red, this is where I'm getting, I don't think I'm planning this out right. If we do see another red, I think I should, well, it's funny because wasn't, oh yeah, I saw another red, but it was right after. Oh, so that would, okay, so that would still work. Okay, I see. And then if we see another red that wasn't one that was right after, we should remove it and replace it with yellow. And then, okay, let's see if this works. Remove it, replace it with yellow. Go through the rest until you see yellow. Give it a yellow to mark the end still, and then a red. And then I want to say, like, if you see more, and then yeah, and then I think it returns there. So actually, let me put you like here. Okay, I just want to see this. So place that with a yellow. Oh wait, whoops. And then all the blues we see. Okay. Let's just flip that. And all the blues we see we give back, and all the reds we see we give back. Is that right? And then we put those on until we see that. Then we give a yellow, and then a red, and then if we see more reds, we do that. We see a blue. But now if we see yellow, I want to run through the rest until I see another yellow, and then it's done. But in the original, if we saw blue and then we got to the yellow, that would be it. So why? Because it's supposed to be like, we see the yellow. I still need to know where the end is. So maybe I should have the end be a different color. So that would do that. And then if we see a green, if we see something other than that there, which could be a green or a yellow. If we see a green, we're done. Is that right? Okay, if we see a green, we're done. Then we put the yellow on, and then we do that until we see the green. And then when we see the green, I guess I would want to give it the green back. But then it's like, I want to do this until I see the, oh, and then until I see the yellow, and so that's that yellow. So there could have been more reds after that placeholder yellow. So I guess I want to say after I see that yellow. But can I control that here somehow by just being like, remove that red. And then if you see, well, see, because if I saw like blue, blue, and then red, I wouldn't actually want to remove that red. So I do need to keep a placeholder there. But I'll just give everything back. And then if I see a yellow at this point, I want to say if you only see blues, then you can just... If you only see blues before the green, then just you're good. But if you see a red, I need to make it a yellow. Oh, so I think I could be wrong, but I think I can just make it. Okay, I just want to see how close is this to working. Blue fails. Oh, because blue gets jammed. Ah, shoot. Shoot. I forgot about that. I forgot. Yeah, if we only see blues, yeah. Ah, shoot. I think that messes up some stuff, unfortunately. Because I wanted to remove the first red and replace it with something. The point was to remove the first red I saw and replace it with the green. And that green... I mean, that green... But no, I think I still needed something to mark the beginning and end of this anyways. Maybe that was just me messing up. Maybe I do need that. And then this still needs to be like that. And then, okay, so what does that change? So then we go through, and now it's like, if we, it's kind of annoying, but I guess it makes sense. We go through, and then if we see, if I saw no more reds, that would be fine, and I would just need to remove the yellow and then go through and remove the green. So let me just set this up right. Because I would actually need to be like, if you see a yellow here, then just go through everything, keeping everything on. That's like, this is just adding so many scanner stampers, but go through all these until you see the green. Oh wait, so maybe I could actually, no, that doesn't work. But okay, so go through all of these until you see the green. Oh wait, no, I can make that better by just go through all those until you see the green. It could be like this. Okay, so that's all. If it saw just reds at the start, it would just go. So actually, let me just test really quick if it sees. Does this work for blues? Okay, this should work for any amount of blues. Does it work for blues followed by reds? No. Because it adds back on the blues. Then when it sees a red, it gives it a green. And then all the other reds it puts back on. Then it sees the yellow. And it does that. And then... Oh, so it's like, it would need to like see the yellow, put back on the yellow so we know where the end is. And then go through all the greens and then go. It's like really annoying. Okay, so you need to put that back on and then go through everything until we see green and remove it, and then go through everything until we see yellow, and then we're done. That's actually what it would need to be like. then I think this should also work for all reds. Yeah, it should also work for all reds. Okay, so let me just see how, I've been ignoring the other section entirely, but let me just see. Red, blue, red. So if it sees a red, what is that arrow doing? Oh, that's the start. Let me put it there. Just confused me. Let's just do that. Red, blue, red. So if it sees a red, puts that there. But then if it sees a blue, we have to think about, okay, if we don't see any more reds, we're actually fine. Yeah, so wait, hold on. So okay, wait. So if I want to actually test specifically if I see red, blue, blue, blue. Yeah, like just like that even. Because then all we need to do is just, okay, if we only see blues until we see like, cause this is just, until we see the yellow. Let me just remove this, cause I can. So if we see only blues at this point until we see the yellow, would I just put the, would it just be like that? Oh wait, whoops. Is that right? Yeah. And then take off the green, and then put stuff back on until you see the yellow. That's good. Alright, so that works. Also, I want to test just to make totally sure if I have blues and then a red and then a blue. And then blues again. Yeah, okay. Now what if I had, or actually let me just run and fix the first problem that occurs. Red, blue, red. Red, blue, red. Let's put that into the tester. So, red, blue. So this green is representing a red that I need to remove. If we see another red, it actually doesn't matter if I see a red before I have seen a blue, because if I just see a chain of reds, so actually how does that work? Oh wait, no, but that's not what we had here. Right, yeah, okay, so because I saw a blue, why is it not, what just happened? Hello, whoa, what's going on? I hope the recording's okay, that was odd. I think my computer is starting to fail me. It doesn't know that it should be charging? What is happening? I'm just gonna pause the recording and I'll fix what's going on. Okay, so this video is gonna be really odd because I had a computer glitch happen that I probably already mentioned, but it got to a point where my computer shut down and the charging cord was apparently damaged, so I couldn't even turn on my computer for a few days. And I was like mid trying to play the game, so yeah, like it could have happened at any time, but it happened when I was playing this game. So I was partially through this level and I already beat it, but I was trying to optimize my solution and I had some sort of like clever plan, but honestly it's been a few days and I do not remember what I was even doing. I have removed the last red. Yeah, I don't remember what I was doing, honestly. So I think I'll just leave that, unfortunately. Let's just do a new one. Um, yeah, so Confidant got screwed up. Oh god, there's only Fairy High left. Let's do Priest. Remove the second half of the tape, then produce the second half. Okay. Wasn't there one that was very similar to this? Like something about marking the halfway point? Because what was the trick to that? It was like... It was something about like halving it over and over again or something. So to remove the second half. Yeah, if I can just, if I, like, let's just say somehow I could put a single yellow or green or something in there, then I could just read the tape through when I see the green, remove all the stuff. Oh, but then I would also want to know when to stop removing. So ideally I want a marker there and there. How do I know when I'm halfway through? I'll have to... shoot, I forgot what the... This one, I feel like this was a really challenging one, the one where like I did halfway. But let's think, what's a good idea here that could get me halfway through the tape? The colors like totally don't matter, the reds and blues, which is interesting. Oh wait, that's weird, it says there's an even amount, okay. Okay, I guess that makes sense. So, there's no way I would know how long the tape is on the first read. And it goes up to 12. Just having some thoughts on this. I'm thinking because it goes up to 12, almost like, I wonder if I want to put like a yellow or green or something between every single symbol and then like run through it removing every other one I see, because what would that do? Then I would end up with like, I could end up with, I don't know, yellow, red, blue, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue, blue, yellow, red, red, yellow. And then again, if I removed, starting with the first one, every other, I'd remove that one, and that would be it. So, I don't know, does that somehow make sense to do that? So, I would say every time I see a red, and I think, do I want to give, do I want to put a marker at the very start? I don't think I want to put a marker at the very start. So I'd see the red, then I'd give it a yellow, and then give it the red. And then if I see a blue, give it a blue, and then give it a yellow. Oh wait, no, I would want a marker, or sorry, other way around. I would want a marker because I need to know when to be done, and that'll just be like green. That would just be like this. And then when I see the green, now I just need to go through, and every time, if I see a blue or a red, I'm just gonna give it back. But if I see a yellow, I want to remove the first yellow, but keep the next one, I think is my idea. So if I remove the first yellow, maybe I'd like bring it to another thing, and then it would go here. Actually, I guess it couldn't be quite like that, because I need to keep the second yellow. So like, maybe just like this or something. And then when it sees a yellow here, give it a yellow, and send it in. So I just want to see what this does with the example. Red, blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red, red. Oh. So it did do what I wanted at the start. Oh, it also... Oh, it did the yellow before. I think I wanted the yellow after. Maybe I had this the wrong way around. Ah. Okay, so there we go. Getting that weird everything separated with a yellow, and then we get to the green. Okay. And if we see a red, we just give it back. If we see a yellow, we remove it. And then if we... Oh, wait, okay, so I need to mark the end, obviously. I forgot about that. Whoops. Yeah, when does this end? And then... Okay, so let's see what this does. Yeah, okay, so that's good. And then I would say... remove, do it again, removing... Or just do it again. Oh, how do I know when I'm down to... yeah, how do I know when I'm down to just 2 yellows, though? Because I know I'm done when I see 2 yellows, so maybe if I see 1 yellow and then another... Oh, it would actually have to be, I see 1 yellow, and then I see another, and then I'm immediately done. So I could make it so, like, yeah, because it would be like, I see 1 yellow, and then there's the yellow. Oh, wait, hold on, let me just see that one more time. Because I'm going to remove that, and then when I'm done, yeah, because it's like, because what I'm thinking right now is like, or actually this could just lead straight back here. Yeah, so the problem is right now that it goes too long, but like, okay, there's that, and then it repeats, goes through there, and there. And this is really good right now, except for the fact that it's gonna try doing it again. I don't want it to do it again, so it's weird because it's actually got to be on this run. I would want it to put all those back, and then it'll see the yellow, but then I'll want it to remove all those actually. So if I could put like a green after that yellow, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that might work, but I need to know that I'm done. It's kind of like I want something different to happen here, but that's actually after this run that I'm like set up to do something different. And this run we see, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has to be like exactly 4, no more, no less. If we see exactly 4, we know we're done. Or like we know that like after we remove the green, this is the point where I want to say put everything back on until you see the yellow, then remove everything until you see a yellow, and then dispense it. So we have to see exactly 4 yellows on one of these intervals, otherwise we just repeat like normal. So that seems a bit tricky, because it could be more. I could have to do it more times, I could have to do it less times, well, it's not then gonna be exactly 4, I guess, because what if I started with less? See, that's the issue. See, what if I started with like 2? Because then I would do this, and then right here is where I'd want to actually, because once I do this run, yeah, that doesn't even make sense, because Yeah, so that's annoying. So it's actually, yeah, when there are 2 yellows left, I guess. So, how am I gonna know when there's exactly 2 yellows left? I feel like I have to like first check how many yellows there are. If there are more than 2, then bring it in. But if there's exactly 2, then I send it out. Maybe that's it. So so maybe I will send it here, but not before I do a different check. So like, let me just do a big thing here. The first check actually just needs to be I run through everything until I see a yellow, and then I put it back on, where is it? Put it back on, and then I run through everything until I see yellow. I put it back on, and then if I see the green immediately after that, then that's like this is like where we're gonna do the process. But if I see the red or blue, I don't want to do this. I just want to put the rest back on until I see the green. Put the rest back on. Yeah, because I don't think this will work for what was it? Shoot. Red, blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red, red. I don't think this will work because we're gonna end up like only partially going through this the very first time, which is good, but I need it to not do the halving thing because it's not quite set up right, because it kind of skips past the first yellow. I guess I also want to put that yellow back on. Alright, so I'm just running out of room because I did this all vertically, but let me just think what's the best way to fix this up. So it's unfortunate that I have to do this twice, but I feel like I kind of have to. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to even do it again. Let me just rotate this all like this so that I can have way more room. It's kind of weird though, because I kind of want this green to go there. We'll figure that out. I mean, right now I could even just make it like super ugly. Not like that though. And then, so we want to put the yellow back on and then check for it, like, and then if it's yellow, that's like the special case. So actually, maybe I could just do this for now. Let's just bring that like there. Oh wait, yeah, sorry. And then like that. If it sees the green right there, we're done. But if it doesn't, then I just want to go through the rest until I see green. Well, I guess, yeah, I have to like do this. Go through the rest. Oh shoot, there's a limit. Oh, I just noticed there's a scanner stamp at limit. Actually though, I think that might be no, I need more. Shoot. Well, anyway, we can just still mess around with this. So I go through the rest until I see the green, and then when I see the green, I can actually just put a green on and send it through here. So, I mean, I think this will at least, yeah, see, because it sends it out there, which is good, and then all we need to do is just run through until we see the yellow, and then remove everything after the yellow until we see another yellow. So it would just be like run through until we see, and now I've capped, but whatever, until we see the yellow, and then remove everything until we see the other yellow. So like, I think this actually works, but it's just that I can't run all because I have a little too many. So I gotta think of a way to simplify here. I mean, I know a lot of this just seems redundant, but... So, I think I kind of have to put a yellow after every single thing I see. Oh, wait, I just realized if it can come in blank, right? Yeah, if it comes in blank, actually, this will mess up. So there's already an issue here. Because it gets the green and then it doesn't know what to do once it has the green put back on. I mean, I feel like maybe I could technically just make that yellow, could I? To mark the ending, maybe. Let me just see what happens if I do that. Like I just make all of these into yellow. Oh wait, no, because of this. Wait, hold on, I don't think I can do that then. We put on a green and then we have to remove a green. And then I put that green back on, but then it needs to check if there's two yellows. Let's just first mess with the other. So red, blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red, red. I'm just gonna keep doing that one. So, and is this the longest it can be, by the way? No, it can go even longer. Wow. Okay, it could go that long. But, okay, that fits. So I don't really have to worry about, like, tape issues, at least. But I'm just gonna do this for now. A little easier to look at. So I feel like I have to do that thing, or I add a yellow after every single color, because otherwise it would be kind of difficult. Because like I could see just two, but I could see this many. So I can't say like every other two, or you know, every two red blues I add something, because that wouldn't work if I saw two. Like it would break down at two, and I wouldn't want to have like a special case over and over again when I can just do a general thing for everything. So then I add the green, and then this is where it fails for blank. It should work fine for, or actually does it work fine for everything? Because if we have two, or yeah, no, if we have two, this would still work fine. So blank is just kind of a weird case. But if we have two, that's where yeah, if we see exactly two and then the green, we know we're good to go. But if there's more after that, then it's kind of weird. I feel like I do just have to go through the rest, annoyingly, because I had a weird start there, and then when I see the green, okay, now I can actually put it through the process, and then say every first yellow, remove it, every second yellow, keep it. It's annoying that, yeah, I have to like have those, because like I almost would just want it to be these things to be red, blue, yellow. But if they're red, blue, yellow, I mean, I always see a yellow before a green, actually. So I wonder, could I do that? Red, blue, yellow. And then I remove that, and then, I mean, maybe that works. Let me just see, because that might help reduce some stuff. Red, blue, yellow, and then if I see a green after, I feel like I only see the green here. Wait, let me test that actually. So before I change that, I kind of want to see, because this one comes out. Yeah, does it always? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, no, it never came out through here. And then if I remove 2, just to make sure it's not some sort of like... No, that... Oh, no, it did on that one. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. So why did that happen? That's interesting. Did it come in with 3 yellows? Oh, yeah, I guess that can happen. Oh, wait, yeah, so if I remove the first... Oh, and then... Uh-oh, yeah, because that's actually not right then, I just realized. Yeah, because not everything's going to be like a multiple, or like a power of 2. Ah, shoot, yeah. Because in that case... Ooh, shoot. But I guess it would come out this other one. This is why it seems like there's too many, like, I could do this with a ton of branching paths, but I guess there's a simpler way that I haven't thought of yet. Because, yeah, this breaks down right here when we add that back on. But see, we have 4, and then we're going to have 2. But I actually wanted to keep the first 3 there, which is, like, awkward. That is a bit weird. Okay, I might have to think of another design for this. So I want to half everything, but it might not be a power of 2. So I might have to actually... I might divide by 2 and then end up splitting it the wrong way. Ah, dang. I mean, because it's gotta be a multiple of 2, and it's what? It's gonna go up to 12. I only have to worry about 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 10 is gonna be a weird one because it would actually split. If I split it in half, I would have like it would break after the first step. Like I could even just test that because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, I'm not in the testing mode. 9, 10. Because it would. Yeah, it'd break in a really weird way. I mean, maybe there's some way to adjust that, but it keeps trying to split it in half, but then it gets to this weird point where it'll have 4, 4, 2. Yeah, because I want to go like 5 in and then put 1. Okay, so how do I do this then? How do I split a tape in half? Even if it has like 10. I'm thinking about like adding to the back and the front or something, or like searching for the center kind of thing. Like if I had a thing at the front and then the back, and then I inched it 1 in at a time until they were right next to each other. Is that something I could do? Let me just try something with that. So let me just save this and open a new one. So, what if would I even do that? Yeah, to add one to the, well, I guess actually it'd probably be best to start by adding one after the first symbol and before the last symbol. Because, yeah, adding one to the start, and well, actually, even just adding one to the start is kind of a strange concept. Okay, so what if I do that though? What if I say after the first thing, I mean, give the first thing back. Oh wait, shoot, no, because I need to actually say mark the end maybe. And then I guess I can just say, well, I don't know, but I'll just ignore the 0 symbol thing. But then this, it would be like, okay, and then give it a yellow after the very first symbol. But then I need to keep moving that down the line, so would that work? Well, anyway, after the very first symbol, add a yellow. And then it's like I need to go through the rest. This is that tricky thing where I need to go through the rest. Oh yeah, and it's like hold off. I mean, I could maybe pull this off. So hold. So if I see a blue, don't print the blue just yet. Let me move this down. Don't print the blue just yet. If you see another blue, print it back on. If you see another red, print it back on. If you see a red followed by a blue, I want to give it a red but send it here. So this is probably where I need to do this. Give it a red. Oh yeah, I remember how I did this in the other one. Send it here, and then this one I would actually flip. And then if I see a red, give it a blue and send it here. And then it should know, let's see, so. Oh yeah, and then when we see the green, we know we're done, so, it won't see the yellow. Not this time, at least. Okay, well anyway, let me just run this. Here we go, we added a yellow, and then and then it's gonna see the green, and what I want to do is, because it just got red, blue, red, but there's gonna be a blue. So what I want it to do is, okay, when I see something else, that's the green, but what I want to do first is yellow, and then blue on this end, yellow, and then red on that end. And actually, I guess I could just make this be like that, and this like this, and then say, give it a yellow, and then a blue, and then the green, and on this side it would be yellow, red, and then the green. And actually these both end in green, so there's probably something I could do there, but just to test. Yeah, so that kind of brought the yellows one closer. And then I think I would just, I would need to like send it into something that checks if I see a yellow followed by a yellow. Probably, yeah, because this green might be like that, and then it's like, I would do a red or a, So I'd actually have to wait until I see, so like, cause like the cycle would be wait until you see the first yellow, and then look at the next one, put a yellow on, and this one would have to be like, oh, this one would be weird. Well, no, this one would just be do the same technique. Oh, but then it would actually hit the yellow. And I would say, yeah, I would say the same thing except, yeah, so, okay, I wouldn't make these green then. I would have to have them just be general. So that doesn't remove the green, but that's okay. Because on like the second run through, it would get to here, see the yellow, and then it wouldn't have printed on the red just yet. So I would say, huh, it's kind of weird actually, because I just need to move. Oh, I would just say, give it, if what you saw was a yellow, just take it off and put it back on and then give it the red. So if I see a yellow, take it off, put it back on, and then, or on the side of blue. But if I see a green, I want to do yellow, blue, green. Let me just see if that at least makes sense, and then I'm just gonna copy paste this to the other side with all the colors swapped. That should be right there. Let me just see if that makes sense. Okay, and then, yeah, so it would, okay, well I can't really test it until I have this thing figured out. So what I want it to do is actually go through everything until it hits a yellow. So I could, yeah, that's a bit weird. Go through everything until it hits a yellow. The very first time has to be different, I guess, because I need to put the yellow in. But then every time after that, I would just say, go through everything till you hit the yellow, and then take off the next one and put on a yellow. So the first time is different, but then every other time would be go through everything until you hit a yellow, and then when you hit a yellow, and I think, well, yeah, it'll always do, and then when you hit a yellow, remove the next, or wait, no, put back on, no wait, take, so when you hit a yellow, take off the next color, then put it back on, and then put a yellow on. And these are actually, I wonder if I'm running, oh, I'm already running way low on stuff. I'm not sure if this will work. Oh boy. But I was thinking like this, and then, okay, that's actually a special case here, so I could just say like if you see a green, I think it's just that, but otherwise it would get a green here, and this goes to that, and then we could also do this, and I haven't done that thing, but let me just see, I just need to remember how that works. So, blah blah blah, and then it's, oh, I need it to put back on that blue, and then when it sees a green, when it gets to the green, that's when I would put it back on and run it through again. So it does that, and then I need it to run through the other stuff, and when it sees the green to put the green back on. Dang, that's, oh wait, no, that's not like that. When it sees the green. It's like close to working, but I don't think it will work. Because I'm gonna run out. But these two are gonna, I want them to go to the same thing, but I've kind of like run out of room for that because yeah, I mean, I technically can fit it in here, I guess. Actually, I was leaving that gap for different reasons. Let me just leave that. But I was thinking this could just become a blank, and then if you see yellow, leave it or send it onwards, but green, I need it to go somewhere else, so that's annoying, but because I kind of want green to be down and yellow, or no, I think yellow to be down and green to be out to the side. I can just like shift this all over, I guess. It's kind of awkward, but let me just make it like, oh wait, no, I guess I would need to do that. This is really awkward. And then, yeah, because then, so, oh no. Oh no. Okay, I'm losing it now. I think it's like that, maybe. Shoot, I don't know. Oh no, I think I... Oh wait, no, that's right, I guess. And then these would just need to get everything back on until we see the green, and then when it sees the... Okay. I don't have, like, this is not the way to do it. This is, like, just not the way to do it. Because I would need to, like, send this into here, and this also into here. And then that green is supposed to come out here. And then go to that green, which is like this. Yeah, this is a bit much. But what it does do is it goes until we have the yellows meet up, and then we do that, we go through everything until we see a yellow, and then I could just say, like, if you see a yellow again, I just want to remove all the reds and blues until we see a green. That's it. Can I pull this off? I still have one more. I mean, oh my god. If we see... And then actually, apparently, wait, hold on, I just want to see something, because it was saying, like, it sent it out through the other way, but no, I wanted to do, pretty sure what I wanted is just, I want to keep those, but that's fine. And then, yeah, and then, like, if I see a yellow there, do that. But then what did it do? So it added a yellow back on. Oh, I see. No, yeah, I would literally just need to say, if you see a yellow there, remove everything afterwards until you see the green, and then submit, which I could do with one more detector, so I just need to find a way to fit that. Because this just is looking for a yellow, and then when we see the yellow, I just need room for another detector, but it's like madness right now. Like, I've had to like shift everything in a really weird way just to get this part to work. And this will never, oh wait, yeah, that'll never happen. So I can just do that. That's annoying. This is like close to working, but I really don't have room. Like there's just nothing to do about that. I don't think. Like there's just no room. I would just need to send it to another detector, and it would look like this. I forget if I'm looking for green. I think it is for green. But it would just be this. That's it. I just need to send it, like, even if I could literally send it into here, that would be it. From here to here. But, yeah, it's such a mess right now. I mean, I guess I could say blue. Blue actually just wants to get here. Oh my god, wait, does this work? This is gonna be like a tragedy beyond words. Oh my god. Oh god, this is the ugliest design I think I've ever made. I don't even feel good about that. I feel really bad about that. Oh my god, it's so bad. I wonder if you can do much worse than this. I used the maximum area. It was fairly slow. Someone managed to do it even slower. And I used I used also I think also max scanner stampers, right? Wait, how did people do it with more than the Oh, I guess they did it with more stampers somehow. But I used the max scanners. But apparently you can do this in 16. At most 16. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. They might have even done it like with 13. Yeah. I mean, I did it. I really hate this design. I can't believe I actually fit that in. This is like unreadable. This is completely illegible. This is my most illegible design I've ever done. I don't like that one bit, but it's like, it's so funny that like the concept I had worked. It's just, I did not have the room, but I technically did. I barely had enough room. Maybe there's like a way to clean this design up, but that wouldn't really matter because it's like the important thing is I could have done this with like half the amount of scanner stampers. It could have been way faster too. I just can't think of a better way to like find the middle of something. You know, like how else do you find the middle when it could be like, I know it's got to be even, but like still. I think I'm just gonna leave it with that. Because I would just need to start that over from scratch. There's nothing to touch with that design. That design's awful and just would need to stay the way it is. Okay, well, it's just best friend, and then I can move on. How long did that take? That didn't take as long as I thought it would, but let me just at least look at this and see if it's something I can do or if it's something that seems really hard. For each command, add on all commands of that type after it. Huh? If there are 3 reds anywhere when the robot enters, the first should become red, 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 and the second red, red. For each command, add on all commands of that type after it. Huh? I don't understand. For each command, if there are 3 reds anywhere when the robot enters, the first should become 3 reds and the second 2 reds. Why the second 2 reds? Of that type. Add on all commands of that type after it. So they're saying like, because this red has 2 reds after it, I have to add 2 reds after the first red, and because this red has 1 red after it, I have to add 1 red to that, and because this blue has 2 blues somewhere after it, I have to add 2 blues there. Oh, and because this blue has 1 blue after it, oh my god, that's such a weird concept. Should I try this right now? I just don't even know, because like, for that very first red, just for this example, I would have to see how many reds are coming after it and then put that many reds on after that, and then just go to the next thing, and then just go one by one until I get to the end, I guess. I guess that's not too crazy. It's just, how would I know that I saw 2 reds and then add them on to that after that red? Because it's like I might not see any more reds after that, so I wouldn't want to put anything there. But I think what I'd do is probably like scan through the tape, and then when I hit a red, go, oh, okay, I need to add a red to the front of that. So probably just like go to the end of the tape, ignore everything else, get to this point, add on something, and then scan through the rest of the tape until I do it again, and then if I scan through the tape without seeing anything. So okay, I'm gonna try this right now. It'd be nice to finish this tab also. That's kind of why I was thinking this. Surprised I can't zoom in. This is a pretty big arena I'm working with. Okay, so I definitely need to mark the end of the tape. I guess I'll just do that with green, I don't know. And then if I see a red, what I want to do is mark the place after that red. I guess I'll do it with a yellow, or after the red. So I'd have to actually put the red back on and then give it a yellow. And it's going to be symmetrical, so I'll be careful with space here. But I mark it with a yellow. Good thing there's no scanner stamper limit on this one. And then I want to run through the rest of the tape. If I see blues, just put them back on. If I see a red, then I'm like, oh, okay, that means I'm going to have to... It's weird though, because like if I see a red, I want to mark where kind of like I left off. So maybe it's like there's so many markers needed for this one. I don't know, I guess I could mark where I left off with another yellow. Does that make sense? Sure. And then just go, well, I mark where I left, well, hold on. So I need to put that red back on and then mark where I left off. So, no, or yeah, wait. Because if I put the marker where I left off after that, I would go here and then I guess I would be like, if you see a red followed by a yellow, then I just take off that marker and keep searching. But if I see a red followed by anything else, that's something different. Okay. Then if I see, yeah, so if I see a red, I want to put it back on and then go through I want to put it back on. Okay, this is where I gotta be careful with the room. Put it back on. I feel like that green is gonna be important, so let me just not waste that room. Put it back on, then put a yellow on, right? Yeah, and then go through the rest until I hit the green, and there should just be a green at this point. And then when I hit the green, I think it's like I just return it there. Okay, so I just want to see how this works for red, blue, red, blue, blue, red. Let's see if I understood this at all. So it puts the red on, and then it puts, so wait, I put a red on and then I put a yellow on to say, wait, why did I put a yellow there? I guess that's to say where I'm at in terms of looking through the tape. Yeah. And then I see a blue, so whatever. But then I see a red, and then it's followed by a color. So I put the red on that I just took off. Then I put a yellow to say, okay, I've already seen that red. Oh wait, so shoot. So I guess if I see a red followed by a yellow, I would actually wouldn't want to just send it straight back in. Okay, I gotta be a little more careful with that. Let's see. It could be like oops. Be like this. And then it'd actually be like that. Alright. Just want to clear that up. Okay. And then so I see that red, I put the red back on, then a yellow to say I've already seen that red, so that the next time I see it, I'll see a red, and then a yellow, and then I'll just put the red back on and keep searching. And then I go through the rest until I see the green, then I put the green back on, and now, okay, so actually what I need to do here is basically catch up to where I am, so I need to catch up until I see that first yellow, and then I would remove the yellow, add a red, and then add the yellow, and then yeah, and then it can go there. So I need to. Okay, so this is like the very first time I do that. Also, I'm just gonna ignore this side for a second, but I'm gonna make sure to just keep it in the center because I'll need room. The very first time I'll do this, but I think the next time. All right, and then let me just see if I can clean this up. Because really, it's just gonna go straight there. So then the next time I want to, I guess I give it the green, and then I say, go through everything until you see the yellow. When you see the yellow, give it red and then yellow, is that right? So, blah, blah, blah. And then go through everything, because we could be deep into the line at this point, to the tape at this point, but we just see a red, and then we see that yellow, okay. So yeah, I give it another red, and then I give it a yellow. And then we start searching until hit the red. Oh, but there's a yellow after it, so we've already seen that one. Then we keep going. Oh, we see another red. Oh shoot, that one's followed by a green. Oh, that's awkward. Shoot, yeah, because that's the end of the tape green. That's good that that came up though, so that because if it ended with a blue, that would be handled differently. So because it ends with the red, I was really just looking for a yellow here, but I guess because I saw the green. I guess because I saw the green, I would just put the green back. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the green back on and then send it. Cause like that'll work at least for now. Cause like that's just, oops, it's not like anything actually. Okay, so then this is where it sees this red and then it sees green, but it's like, oh, just ignore that. Put the red back on. Oh wait, oh wait, but I guess we saw the green, so we go. Oh right, okay, wait. So we saw the green, so I would. That is the end of the tape, but I think I would remove. Okay, so I was actually okay. So then I would say add a yellow. Well, it is the last thing, but right now I'll just say if you see the green, add a yellow. Wait, no, I do the same thing as here. So add red, yellow, and then just send it straight to here. Let's just see what that does. So, blah, blah, blah. Alright, and then it's going through here. Oh, the first red it thinks it hasn't seen yet, though. I forgot about that. Oh, I have to be more careful because... Right, because I added a red back on and then I moved the yellow down, so it's actually gonna wait, hold on. So yeah, because it's looking for more reds, it finds one, it puts a yellow after it, we go through until we see the green, go through until we see the yellow, we add a red and then a yellow, so now we have 2 in the front. And then we do ignore this next red because we see a yellow after it, but I just removed that red entirely. So if there was another red after that red, there would be a problem. Actually, I think we'll still encounter the problem here. So we go through until we see the next red. In this case, though, we just do that. That's actually fine. Green, and then we go through until we see yellow. We add another red, so like that's all good. But then the problem is it goes through until it sees a red, and then this red, it didn't see a yellow after it, so it thinks this is a new red. So I actually have to, I think if I see a red, I have to do yellow. But I kind of want to, maybe what I should do is like actually add a red, add a yellow, and then catch up to where I've already been or something instead of just sending it straight back into here, because this kind of sucks. Yeah, because the whole like I don't want to like just add a ton of yellows on that I have to like keep ignoring. So okay, so then I think I can just ignore this thing entirely, luckily. Pretty sure. And then right now I'm just gonna do that, and then so let me just run this just to see. So we see that first red, do that, yeah, and then I still want to add that yellow on, go through everything else till I see the green, still do that, still take off the yellow, and still add on a red and then a yellow. But then after I add on the red and the yellow, I want to like go through everything until I find a yellow. And then when I find a yellow, it can start doing this. So I'm just gonna like put down what exactly I'm thinking. Just want to move this stuff down, way down, just for a moment. Because what I'm thinking here is like, actually I would want to say red and then yellow, then just so I can do it symmetric, go through everything until you see the yellow, and then when you see the yellow, you can, I think that's right, let me just make sure that's right. So, yep, and then red and then yellow. And then I want to go through everything until I see this yellow. Then it can go to here. Then we see another red. We add red, yellow. We do go through the rest, we instantly see the green. That's okay. And then go through the rest till we see the yellow. Red, then yellow. And then it's like we're gonna go through the rest, add the yellow. Okay, in this one we're gonna see the green right here, but that's okay. That just means we're done with that first thing, and we kind of just want to move that yellow along to the next step. So I would remove the green, go through everything until I see the yellow, and and then send it to, and then remove that yellow and then send it in there. Yeah. So we're actually, I think we can only see a green here now. And I want to go through everything until I see a yellow. And then when I see the yellow, do that. Alright, so I just want to see if I do this swap. Like, how's this looking? Can't process the current command, that's weird. So, did all that. Got those on. And then we saw the green, went through the rest till it saw the yellow. Oh shoot, I actually needed to give it the green, okay. So, let me actually put that down. How is this looking? Whoa, shoot, alright, well, let's figure out what went wrong. So we did that, alright, it's probably just gonna be best to just, can I like, yeah, maybe, whoa, that sound. Okay, yeah, here we go. Wait a second, no, that looks wrong. Oh, because we actually wanted to go through everything until we hit the yellow. Oh, wait, I think when I took off the green, I wanted to put back on the green, actually. So, I see. So actually like that. Let me just fix up this side as well. Okay, how's this looking? That looks really good. And then when I see the green done. Not bad, not bad. Very personable achievement unlocked. Oh my god, that time is awful. Okay, I mean, I can like fix this up a bit. I'm just thinking about this green first of all. Like, I guess that has to cross through anyways, though. No, if I have that pointing down, it wouldn't, right? Because then, yeah, so, okay. Let's think how it's the best way. Well, no, because this section connects up there. No, actually, it just connects up back with that. So, yeah, this is going to be a weird thing to do, but if I flip this, basically, so that both of those sides still lead into there like that, but... Ooh, wait, no, does that work? Okay, because what I'm thinking is all of this stuff, it just does that, and then it's always just gonna send it back into here. If I had it on this side, it wouldn't even, this wouldn't have to cut through anything. Yeah, okay, wait, no, that's fine. So then I would just say flip this, do this, and this can just be like that, and then this can instead be like that. Alright, so let me just clean that up. And just make sure that that still works before I do anything. Yeah, okay. So that's nice, because now I don't have any weird crossing over section. These do the same exact thing, but this has to happen the first time, I guess. Yeah, this has to happen the first time, but not any other time. So this is like a special case that should lead straight to there. But every other time it's just gonna be that. So what's the best way to do that? Okay, I'm just gonna ignore that entirely for a second and just put this like this, and then we see the green. No, then it just goes in. And this is just like that, this is just like that. And actually they both get a green before they do that. So these actually just need to connect up to there. And then, yeah, and then the first time I just want to do that. I can't send it into there unless I like say add a green and then go through everything until you see the green, and then I mean like, and then go through everything until you see a yellow or a green. If you see a yellow, send it there. If you see a green, you can give it away, I guess. Yeah, I mean, there might be some way, but let me just see. Does this work? Did I get that right? I think I did. Cool. Okay, now let's help with this stuff. So, first of all of this can definitely just be moved down to here. Let's see what else. Red and then yellow, go through the rest until you see the yellow. Red, yellow, go through the rest until you see the green. Go through the rest until you see the yellow. Let me just see, maybe if I like take this and rotate it so it's like that, and then it would have to lead into there after that green, and after the yellow. Would that really work? Yeah, I mean if I move it like there, wait. Yeah, if I move it like here and do this, and then that green is just actually leading into here, I think that helps overall. Okay, and then oh, that was funny what I did with that, but whatever. Okay, let me just see how well this runs. Oh, shoot, I messed up. What did I do wrong? What did I mess up when I did that? Oh, I think I accidentally like got rid of a red here. I guess a blue on the other side. I think it should have been like that. Yeah. Still extremely slow. I almost have the area down where I would get that metal, but obviously I guess I'm not handling that perfectly well. I wonder if I can like, cause all this does is it goes through until it sees a yellow, and then it looks for the next one. But because it goes through until it sees a yellow, but if I could just have it the whole thing start here, so it gives it a green, goes through until it sees a yellow or a green. If it sees a yellow, yeah, I mean, like, is that a good trade-off? I mean, that's just like a trade-off for area. So, because I could just say, make this a blank, if you see a yellow, it should continue on, but if you see a green, it's done. Oh, actually, that doesn't help with space in the end, does it? Because, like, it would just be like this. I don't think that actually helps in the end. Oh, and it doesn't even work anyway. Wait. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe that... I don't know why that... Because... if it sees a green... add the green, go through everything... Oh yeah, no, I guess that doesn't really work. For some reason. Oh wait, no, because green is supposed to also continue on. Huh. Yeah, because actually I would just go through there until I see something that's not red or blue and then remove it. But then I need to remove it. If it's a green, put it back on. Yeah, no, that's not... I think I just have to leave it like this. Yeah, so I still like this design, I guess, but it's a shame that it doesn't really... I guess it's not that good. But I still like the design. Sorry, I don't think there's anything I can really do, though. At least anything obvious that I can do. There's probably a lot I can do to fix this up, but you know. I might do this just to make that a bit more clear. Actually, that's still confusing. Maybe I'll do that. And then, yeah, just to make that a little more clear. Yeah, that yellow leading into there. Can't really do much about that. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna leave it there. Cool that I got it done. Funny how it's so slow. I'm actually like surprised at how slow it ended up being. Oh, because of all reds. Wow, I mean it works though. But yeah, I guess that makes sense because if it's all reds, it sees the red and then it adds a red for every red after that, and then it's gonna like see the next red, add a red for every red after that, and so on and so forth. It's like a weird, like what does it end up being? Because it started as 7 and it ended up as like 7. Oh god. Because it's like the first one you add 6, the second one you add 5, so we add 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 onto that. So yeah, it's like it's gonna end up being 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 2 plus 2 plus 1, which is like, I don't know what the math equation is for that, but some weird relationship. But like that's only if you have like a straight line of colors. I don't know, I'm pretty satisfied with it. I think mine is like, it's pretty logical and it's pretty easy to follow, which is like kind of what I value the most over like extreme efficiency. It's cool to get the extreme efficient ones, so like that's so impressive. 400 or less. Scanner stamper actually what count wasn't so bad for mine though, but yeah, I could do it in less. I could kind of see that though. It just some things redundant in there. Area I'm close, but to get it down to 90, right? It's like 11 by 10 right now. I would need to get it down to 10 by 9. I just can't do that with this current setup, as far as I can tell. Because I can't squeeze anything else. There's just not really room for that. So I'll leave it there. Yay! Alright, we're all done with personalization. And next time we'll look at end game. But it looks like there's another tab, so I'm not really sure if that's actually the end game. Alright, thanks if you watched. See ya.